Hi friends, Tracy here from the Sewing Channel. In today's video, 20 things that you can sew right now fast for this gift giving season. From shingles to jingles. Enough talking already. Let's go. You have a hard one on your list to buy for? I know I do. How about some custom cozy slippers? Yep, I said custom. We trace out the foot and we make our own slipper to fit our own feet or someone else's feet. I even made a cute little pair for my granddaughter to match mine. If you're making the slipper for an odd shaped foot, then that is definitely your tutorial. Who doesn't love a new pair of slippers? How about making that special little girl in your life a little baby doll set? Now, I picked up this wooden doll cradle at the Goodwill for just $4.50. Always keep a lookout at the Goodwill and Salvation Army or in the summertime yard sailing for these tiny little cradles. They seem to pop up all over the place and you can really score big. So anyways, in the tutorial about this little quilt set, I make a little pillow, I make a pillow sham, I make a sheet for the little foam mattress, so to speak. And then, of course, I made this adorable little quilt for the top of this. And I even quilted it. This little set I made for my granddaughter Josie's first birthday, and she loved it. And she still plays with this to this day, and she is 4 years old. Be sure, though, to embroider a special message and a date on one of the pieces. This next sewing project, you would think that it is super hard and would take a ton of time, but it totally doesn't. Did you know that you could weave little strips of fabric that are a ½ inch in width inside of another set of strips of fabric? And underneath those strips of fabric is a type of batting, or you could use 1/8 insulate or whatever. And you could make a super cute pot holder or a coaster set. After you weave it all together, then you're going to get out your sewing machine that has all those decorative stitches on it. And you're going to just choose which decorative stitch that you've probably never used before and just sew right down the seam where they connect. That takes care of all of the frayed edges. You can customize a kitchen set. You can customize for the living room with the coasters. It's a good one, friends. It is so much fun having grandchildren because let me tell you, I do believe that it's the motivation for most of the things that I make. Now, I originally got the free pattern from Tilda to make this cute Dapper dachshund, and I changed it up a bit because I couldn't understand the directions that she originally put out. So I made up my own directions and made a printable, and it's totally free on my channel for anybody who wants to download it to give you step-by-step instructions on how to make this dachshund dog stuffed animal. It's super easy, really, when you get down to it. I mean, I ended up making a ton of these puppies. Oh my word, what little child wouldn't want one of these on Christmas morning? Have you ever fake pieced a quilt before? It's super simple and it's fast. You simply just lay some squares down, draw some lines, and cut through the back. Open it up, press it, and then just keep adding. I believe it's kind of like an economy block. I'm not sure. But this economy block is on steroids because I just keep going bigger and bigger and bigger, and it comes together so fast. How about making a 1-hour tote bag with some exposed binding? Yep, I said 1 hour. Now, it may take you a little bit longer if you're not that well versed in sewing. Maybe 1.5 hours if you're not. But you can totally do this. Now, this is one of my more recent tutorials that I've put out there. And I just really love the way that that exposed binding just makes this little tote bag pop. And it's easier than you think, let me tell you. The binding is just folded over and then folded over again and just sewn down just like you would on a quilt back or whatever. And then there's no attaching the tails at the end. You just sew one right after another on top of each other. And it's just super easy. And then you cut it off like you see me do there and fold it up and over. And all the while, though, your straps are already tucked in there and sewn into the initial first round when you go around the top for the binding. And then you just lift it out and up and sew it. And yeah, you have this really cute tote bag. I get more compliments on this tote bag at church, let me tell you. And that's what I use it for. I use it for my Bible when I go to church. Super cute, friends. How about making a gift for the person who just has absolutely everything? I'm talking about my hotel pillowcases where the pillows just don't come out. It has a little flap on the end and it just keeps the pillow in. I go through all the steps with you on how to customize for your pillow size, so no worries there, friends. And yes, I totally use the burrito roll-up method to make this hotel pillowcase. This is the absolute perfect gift. Oh yes, here's another one of those grandbaby gifts. Now I made this for my granddaughter Josie before she was even born, so I was thinking of stuff way ahead of time. This is a quilt block memory game, and what I did was pick some really fun food fabric. Yeah, food, go figure. And then match them up. I did fussy cut them so that each of the blocks were absolutely identical, like the same pizza slice or the same orange slice, match the next one. And then I bound it with a really busy backing because you don't want the backing to be so they can cheat and stuff. You want to make it as hard as you possibly can because the older they get, the smarter they get, trust it. And then I bound the corners up, making these really cool Batman miters. If you've never seen that, watch that tutorial and it'll give you a good idea on what a Batman miter is on a corner. It's just a different way of doing it, that's all. And then once you get those mitered up, then you can simply pull the binding back around and you shove the little quilt block in there and then you fold it over and tuck it in and then just sew around it just like you normally would on a quilt. And then, you play, right? Now here, I couldn't find one match, so yeah, I don't think I'm very good at this game, but my granddaughter is. Oh, and also, this one is one of those really fun projects too. I had a blast making it. This next gift is really sweet. It's a fidget quilt. This particular fidget quilt that I'm showing you, I ended up gifting to somebody who had dementia or Alzheimer's. It was an adult lady. The feedback that her nurses gave me were just absolutely glowing. I loved the feedback. They said that she took it on trips with her, on car rides, and she was able to just fidget with it or whatever. This is also a good gift for that child who just can't sit still. Imagine laying that fidget quilt out on a table and just letting your child just go at it. This is truly a very unique gift, and you can customize it. Whatever their fidget is that they like, you can customize it, whether it be crinkle, Velcro, stretchy, whatever, you name it, you can sew it in this fidget quilt. Do you have a bunch of jelly roll strips just hanging out at your house? I know I did. What you're going to do is just take those jelly roll strips and, sew them together in one big long strip. And then you're going to bind some towels with them. Now, I use these bound towels, these gray ones here in the video, for like feet towels. When you get out of the shower, you lay down a towel and then you step onto it. That's what I used it for. But you could also bind anything, really. You could bind a hand towel, you could bind a regular towel, whatever you like, you can bind it. How about making and gifting someone the one seam crossbody bag? It truly has one seam in the entire bag, friends. I ain't lying. It's true. It really is an amazing pattern. It's simply just folding the fabric a certain way and then sewing that one seam in there to get it all right. You can even quilt this too, or not quilt it. It's totally up to you. A fun, fast, easy gift, no doubt. This next sewing gift, it's so easy that it practically makes itself, friends. First, you would buy the hand towel, and then you would buy the pot holder. And what you're going to do is just cut the towel in half and make sure it's a pretty towel too. And then you're going to simply pleat the towel real pretty, and I show you how to do that in the tutorial, so no worries. And then we just take and attach the pot holder to the towel itself, and you can put a couple different closures on. You can put a snap, a button, you can even put Velcro, and I do show it all to you. Now friends, people use dish towels, they just do. That's what makes this a perfect gift this holiday season, for sure. Now this is a must make right here if you are new to quilting. This is a 1-hour turn and birth quilt. It's just 2 layers and a layer of batting, no binding. You just sew it together, flip it right side out, and then sew it up, put some lines through it. Can I tell you, friends, my grandson still sleeps with this basketball little quilt, turn and birth quilt that I made him. To this day, he sleeps with it every single night. I mean, this is a no-brainer gift for that little boy who just loves balls, which is, of course, my grandson, Roscoe. He adores balls, which I go figure, right? Well, he is a boy, and boys like balls, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, he's obsessed with balls. This is a great gift, friends. I'm not leaving out my vintage fabric Christmas trees in this particular video. These trees are truly amazing. Now they do have that vintage vibe going on, but as you watch this, I want you to think nursing home or an elderly parent or grandparent that doesn't want to take the time to put the tree up in their house. These are high, friends. I'm talking over 20 inches tall for the tallest tree. It's a free pattern on my channel, and I give you 4 Christmas tree sizes. Now you need to keep in mind that you just don't have to keep the particular fabric that you have on the tree initially. I came out with a new tutorial just this year where I made jackets for my trees so you can change them out seasonally. How easy and how perfect is that gift? Oh yes, isn't this one just absolutely darling? I came up with this pattern for my 3rd granddaughter, Julia. We called her Julia because she drooled so much. And hence I came up with this really cute scallop bib for her and made like a million of them, right? Because that's what we do as grandmas. Well, I'm a Mimi, but as Mimis, that's what we do. We make whatever, whenever, and we make at least 100, right? And of course, with almost everything I show you in my tutorials, I have patterns for all of them. They're either free or they cost a nominal amount. Now, for this particular pattern, I did come up with a regular bib pattern as well, which is just the circular round at the bottom. So that is also included in the pattern when you get it. The thing I love most about these bibs is that they're patchworky looking, and these go pretty high online. I've seen these selling for $50 online, you know, for all my sellers out there who want to make an extra buck at these festivals and these flea markets and whatnot where they have these little booths. This one is sure to sell, I'm almost positive. But you can match any outfit with it too. And I just love how it looks so patchworky and so vintage-ish, right? I think that's the word, vintage-ish. Friends, have you ever made a quilt rug? If not, I'm telling you, you are in for a treat. I made a round quilt as you go quilt rug for my sewing room. It turned out so cute. So I did the quilt as you go method where you just lay out your scraps, and I use scraps, of course, and you just lay them out and then sew them on like you would quilt as you go. And I take you through the whole process, friends. And then you're going to put batting, you're going to put a backing on it, possibly like a non-skid backing, that would work too. And then I bound it, but I bound it round, not square or rectangle. That's what makes this gift so unique. I mean, how many people do you know that have a quilted round quilt rug? I mean, The only person I know is me. Okay, friends, if you haven't seen my 2-seam tote bag tutorial, then you're missing out. You need to go check it out so that you can make one of the absolute, and I mean absolute easiest tote bags ever. This happens to be one of my most watched tutorials for a tote bag. I think it's like over 600,000 views already, and people find it super easy and quick to do, and it's really so simple. I just use the burrito roll-up method, and I'm putting the straps inside of it so that way everything gets connected at one time, and you sew it up in that roll-up method, and then you just pull it out. And well, that's the first seam, and then the second seam is once you get it all undone, and then you sew up the sides. So yeah, pretty cool, friends. Check it out if you have not seen it yet. This one, you could even put your Christmas gifts in this and gift to people with like a gift inside of the gift that you just made. Now, taking that original design with the magic tote bag, I went ahead and did some fabric manipulation. I have tied bows on it. I've lined them. I've boxed the corners out. I've even put inside pockets in. I mean, it's so flexible, this pattern, friends. This next gift is so tiny and so cute. It's a teeny tiny boxed out zipper pouch. Now, hear me out. I originally made this back in the day when we were all doing, you know, the masks, right? And I talked about it being a clean case for the mask. But friends, it's really about laminating your fabric so that you can clean your fabric easily just by wiping the outside with one of those like Clorox wipes and whatnot. But this, you can keep whatever you want in it. You can keep it in your car, put coins, rubber bands, hair clips. I mean, I don't know, friends, what you keep, but you can keep candy or whatever. I don't know, but it's just cute, friends, okay? It's just cute. Do you by chance have to make bulk gifts for, say, church members, people you go to church with, or even just friends in general, or your family? Try making these adorable J ornaments. Of course, J is for Jesus. I mean, he is the reason for the season, friends, right? This one is so personal to me. I mean, I really loved making these and handing these out at Christmas time. Not only do you get like a sweet treat with a candy cane and such tucked into it, the actual J ornament itself, you get the gospel with it. And that is told through the candy cane story, which I have a free printable. When you watch the video, it's right there, you know, in the description box, all the information and everything that you need. I even give you the J template so that it makes it that much easier for you to make this, you know, for a group of people. And truth be told, friends, if I felt better this season so far, I probably would have made a bunch this year too. But it just so happens I came down with shingles and whatnot, and I just wasn't able, energy-wise, to get anything done, which is just horrible because I just love to sew so much, and this has kept me down big time. So, but this is a great one. You should really check it out. I love this project. Oh, friends, this is a good one right here. Anyone could totally appreciate this gift right here, especially if you gift it with the Kleenex in it. I came up with this pattern myself and made it reversible. Now you could put on one side Christmas theme, which I totally do sometimes, and then the opposite side I put something that would go with the person's decor. So that way they can take it on and off when they change out their Kleenex box and change it as needed. I have one for spring, fall, winter, Christmas, you name it, I have it. Because when I make something, if you don't notice already, I tend to make hundreds of them. I've even had people ask me to make them for them so that they can gift them to someone else. So this is a winner, friend, let me tell you. And I use mine every day because who doesn't grab a Kleenex? I mean, I feel like I've been grabbing them a lot lately because it's winter, but I'm constantly grabbing out. Now, I just changed mine over to Christmas themed, and mine has like poinsettias and stuff on it. It's really pretty. I mean, so versatile, friends. This is a go-to for me. Hi, friends. If you lasted this long in my video, then you are for sure my friend. And here's my health update. Now, if you didn't know already, in my community post, I put that I got visited by shingles. Well, that was back October 19th. I saw this weird thing like in front of my ear. It was like a pimple type thing, but it was like a cluster of pimples. And I actually thought it was hand, foot, and mouth disease because it was going around at my granddaughter's school. And I thought, oh, it's probably that. Well, I waited like 5 days as it grew down through here, all along the nerve in my cheek. It was in my ear, down and in front of my mouth here on this side only, and in my mouth. Oh, I mean, it was literally, I don't want to complain. I really don't, and I don't want you to feel sorry for me, but you can feel sorry for me. It's okay. I mean, I could use the prayers still, honestly, because it's still numb and it still hurts. It feels like someone has like punched me in my face, made it numb. If you can believe it or not, it's still numb at this very moment. And that was October 19th. Well, I backtrack. So October 19th was when I first saw the pimples in front of my ear, or felt it or noticed it. And it was about 5 days into that, my husband finally took me to the ER because we were like, this is just bizarre. I mean, I look like a monster, friends, and I'm not going to show you the picture, but you can imagine, right? My husband took me to the ER and they said immediately, oh yeah, that's shingles. So I didn't know that because I had never had shingles before, and either had my husband. We didn't know. So they gave me the antiviral medicine, and that stopped the virus or whatever it is in its tracks. And then it started to backtrack and start healing from there. But the healing just was not healing. I mean, honestly, friends, I don't know how to explain it. I'm touching my face, but like right here, I can't feel my face. It's bizarre. And mind you, it's been a long time. It's already well into going to the second week of November, and I still can't feel my face. It's so bizarre. It was so weird because half of my tongue was like split right down the center. Half was good and half wasn't not good at all. So I had all these sores inside of my mouth just on this side. And my gums and everything are, yeah, they feel like they're going to fall out, friends. Like if you needed like to have cavities or something taken care of, that's what it feels like. It's just the most bizarre pain ever. I don't know. I'm sure I have it in a bizarre spot too. Others can probably testify down in the comments where they had their shingles and what it felt like. And someone had commented in my community post that it felt to them like electrocution and like somebody was hitting them, and that's exactly what it feels like. Because it's all nerve pain and damage, it just feels weird, numb, pain, the whole 9 yards. Am I eating? Yes, as you can tell, I haven't lost any weight because I can still chew on this side right here. So I'm eating, but it's just taken a long time, that's all. I would totally covet more prayers from you to continue on. As you can probably tell in some parts of the video, I did before I got sick. And the parts where I did the voiceover was after I was sick. So I was halfway done with this video prior to getting the shingles. I can tell as I voice over and as I talk to it, because I can't really feel the left side of my tongue, it kind of feels swollen, but yet I don't think it is. It's just that I can't feel it, and I feel like I have a mouthful as I speak. So that's a little different for me too. I have to drink out of a straw because if I drink anything at all, it could be like neutral and like room temperature. And if I drink it out of a cup and it goes back into my gums, you know, the area, if it floods it, immediate shooting pain, immediate. So I kind of drink out of my bottle that has a straw in it, and it goes right to the back of my throat, and I can't feel any of that. Yeah, it's a bummer. So some days are good, some days are bad. Today was a pretty good day. I got up and I did my thing and got ready, and I knew I wanted to finish this video up. So I just take day by day. But like yesterday and the day before that, I slept and laid and did absolutely nothing, because that's what this thing does to you. It just makes you tired and not able to like live. I don't know. I don't want to complain though. I really don't. I didn't want to come on here and complain at all because God is good. God is so good. I don't know when I'm going to be able to make another video. I have some ideas, but I just don't know if I have the energy to execute them right now. It may be something toward the beginning of the year. I don't know. But if you notice, if I don't post, then you know I'm probably just not feeling well. I'm just trying to get through it, friends. I really am. And I have gone out in public a couple times, you know, and I didn't cover this. I don't know that I need to. I don't know. I just want it to heal. And it's just slow. It's slow. It's slow. It's slow. Oh, my word. It's too slow for me because, you know, I'm 1,000 miles ahead of myself. So that's all really. I just wanted to give you a health update and let you know where I didn't want you to worry or whatnot. But I still want you to keep sewing. Even if I'm not sewing right now, I want you to sew. Make one of these wonderful gifts that I showed you in today's video. Keep checking my community posts too, because I may add some things in there to let you know what's going on. Oh, I almost forgot. Tickets are on sale. Tickets are on sale for the Three Amigas quilt retreat. Go get yours so that you can get in on all the fun. Enough talking already. Let me get out of here and go rest. Or no, I think I'm going to go to Steak and Shake and go get me a steak burger. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, friends. I love you. Thank you so much for your prayers. Until next time on the Sewing Channel, take care. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing. Is the light right? Is the voice right? Is the timing right? Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing.